Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching this video and thank you for being on this call. And the information I want to share with you tonight, I believe, has a lot of value for all of us. So I hope you enjoy this, and I know that you're going to find a lot of value in this information. Basically, we all want a better life for our families, our loved ones. And we know that fortune and education are ways in which we can help. But while it's true that a lot of money can't buy happiness or can't buy everything in life, the lack of money can't do it either. So we need to understand that money is a good instrument, a good vehicle to help us with the plans of improving the lifestyles of our families and our loved ones. Basically, we understand from mentors like Bill Gates that the secret of success in business is in detecting where the world will go and getting there first. And you are here, you're watching this video because you've heard of a trend in the last few years that you're probably wondering what it's about, or you're probably wondering how it works. And this is what I'm going to answer for you today. Basically, you've heard about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is a word or a term that's buzzing around a lot these days, and there's a reason for it. There's always over $2 billion have been invested in the blockchain technology, and just in the last year, 2017 alone. And there's big names in the markets that are talking about this. And for example, an executive architect from IBM, Richard Brown, says, "I believe cryptocurrencies are going to change the world." And recently it has been stated that the cryptocurrency market cap will be worth over $5 trillion by the year 2022. I mean, this is something that we can't deny anymore. I myself turned my back on it for a while because I wasn't informed, and the lack of information is your worst enemy when you want to make these kinds of decisions. Now, the evolution of currency, well, you can read about it all over the place. There's tons of information about it, but it went for the barter system to gold coins. Then we have virtual currencies, we have cards, we have paper currencies, or the fiat currency, which is printed money basically. And we've gone now into the digital world of cryptocurrency, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. You've probably heard the term Bitcoin. And what does that mean? What is the Bitcoin? Basically, Bitcoin is the first of its kind. It's global in scale. It's a voluntary, decentralized, open source digital currency, or virtual currency, and a payment network that enables direct peer-to-peer, borderless, pseudo-anonymous, and nearly instantaneous, nearly free, and irreversible cash-like transfers of value. Basically, it's the first currency and money system in the world which has no counterparty risk to hold and to transfer. Basically, it is sort of the internet of money. Transactions are instantaneously read and monitored and under surveillance by what we call the blockchain, and that's another term that you're going to be hearing a lot about. And well, basically, how is it created? This is a big question that I had myself. How was cryptocurrency created? Basically, the Bitcoin is a mining algorithm, and it is a breakthrough that solved the Byzantine general's problem and allows the network to reach consensus as to which Bitcoin's transactions are valid and which are not. You can read a lot about this information, but basically mining is the calculation and the solving of cryptographic problems or mathematical problems that high-speed computers are able to solve. And those people who own those computers are called the miners, or the computers themselves can be also called the miners. And for their efforts, miners are rewarded with newly created Bitcoins, basically, or currency, digital currency, for their efforts of decrypting these algorithms. So that's in very short and summarized terms what mining is. And basically, when we talk about how to get involved in this world of cryptocurrency, there are 4 ways that are known so far, which are basically, number 1, to buy cryptocurrency. So there's a lot of people who buy commodities and keep them, hoping for their value to raise and to be able to sell them at a higher value than they bought them. So Basically, that's what people are used to doing, to buy cryptocurrencies. Other people decide to trade. Now, I believe, this is a personal opinion, of course, that trading is a science. It's something that needs to be studied for years. It is a very difficult thing to do, in my opinion, if you have not studied, and you have to be responsible about this because you're playing with your money, basically. So if you don't know how to trade, you better not do it. The disadvantage of trading is, you buy the cost price, and it requires a lot of skill and education to know when to sell. If you don't know how to do that, don't play around with that. Now, there's do-it-yourself mining, of course. Basically, you can gain on coins directly by having your own computers working. Now, this is harder as time goes by, because these cryptographic codes are harder to solve day by day. So you need stronger computers. You need supercomputers now, basically, to solve these codes. And it's not easy to buy them. They're very expensive, and they require a lot of electricity. They have a high energy spend. They create a lot of noise and cost and space. So it's not something that everyone can do. Now, again, there's cloud mining. Now, cloud mining is a very interesting concept, because you're mining straight away from a company that is a large company with a large financial muscle, and is ready to buy a lot of these supercomputers and have them in what they call mining farms. And basically, virtually on the cloud, they are mining and solving these codes that help them to create the new coins, and they share these new coins with the miners, the people who buy a mining contract. Now, it may sound a little confusing, but I know you're going to understand it as we go along. So tonight, I want to show you about a company that I learned about a few months ago. This is a company that is not very old. It's called OMNIA, the future of blockchain. Who is behind the vision of OMNIA? Mr. Robert Belge from Germany, a very visionary man, a businessman. He's an engineer, and established this company in 2017. It's operating now in 195 countries. And basically what it does is sell you hash power. It is a hash power service provider. You can buy hash power contracts from them, right? You can mine any cryptocurrency available in the catalog of OMNIA. Right now we have 3 cryptocurrencies available, which I will explain later. It is of course, a company that is legally registered in Gibraltar. And basically, it owns all of the mining hardware and services contracts that it offers, and it partnered with Genesis Mining for this. Now, the mining farms that OMNIA has are located in Iceland, in Sweden. There's also mining farms in Austria, and very soon to come, mining farms. The largest one actually in Europe will be located in the country of Armenia. So that's great news. So who is Genesis Mining? One of the largest cloud mining companies in the world. It's 4 years old. And Genesis Mining does the maintenance of the hardware for OMNIA. What does OMNIA do? OMNIA owns the hardware and its infrastructure. It has lifetime contracts. So we, the miners, can mine for our entire lives in the currencies that we choose. And it can mine and swap coins and mining farms to fulfill its contract. Basically, these are very volatile markets, just like the stock markets are. And if any of the cryptocurrencies were to lose value to a point where it's not mineable anymore, then the company will basically switch to another currency so that we, as the contract holders or miners, can continue to profit from the mining activity. So what are the mining plans? Okay, so we can start off by the Bitcoin, which is the most popular one. Mining plans can be of several different amounts. For example, a master miner, the one to your left, it is worth $15,000. And what it buys you is a hash power. Remember, hash power is what we have as the velocity of mining that we can see. So basically, a contract of $15,000 can give us 85,740 and 14.5 gigahash per second mining speed. Now, the payout that the company offers, because the company has to sustain itself, of course, is 42,857.25 gigahash per second for this example. Basically, you're mining at that speed and you're generating coin at that speed. And what it does is that it pays out to you in cryptocurrency. What does the company do with the rest? Well, number one, it has to sustain itself. Like I said, it has to sustain its farms. But at the same time, this allows us not to make any more payments throughout the lifetime of our contract. So what the company is doing is just allowing us to make a one-time payment during our contract where we can profit from the mining activity. And therefore, with this half that the company keeps, then it can make the activity sustainable for all of us, which is awesome. I find that to be really awesome. Now, the Elite Miner program, $25,000 buys you a faster or larger hashing speed or hash power, and an $8,500 contract will also proportionally provide you with the power to keep mining in this currency. Now, we have other small packages. A lot of people are going to say, well, I don't have that kind of money to start. So fine. We can start with smaller packages like the starter package for $100, the Kickstarter package, $500, the light miner, $1,000, the mid miner, and the pro miner. Now, as you can see, this hashing power grows as the amount of money that you invest is larger. But the same applies. The same hash power will apply throughout the life of your contract. So if I decided to start off with $1,000, a light miner contract, I will be mining at 2,857.15 gigahash per second. And I will, this speed will remain the same throughout the life of my contract. This is wonderful, guys, because that way you know exactly what is the amount that you're going to be receiving. Now, there is another currency called Ethereum. For those of you who don't know about this, this is an up-and-coming coin that is promising very high growth in the next few years. I'm very excited about this one. And so it offers different plans as well, the Master Miner, Elite, and Strong Miner, with their corresponding hash speeds or hashing rates, which you can see they are mega hash. In this case, they're smaller than the Bitcoin ones. But again, remember that this currency is making a lot of noise now, so it's going to grow. And we can also have the starter package at $100, go up to the pro miner with 5,000. Let's use the example of 1,000 again. Here we have a different hashing speed throughout the life of our contract, 22 mega hash per second. That's the speed that $1,000 contract in Ethereum will offer us. Now, there is a wonderful tool called the Crypto Compare Calculator. What does this do? It allows us to understand how our investment is going to behave through time. Remember, you are hiring, through your contract, you're hiring OMNIA to mine for you. So the power consumption and the cost per kilowatt hour is going to be zero because the company takes care of that for you. Now, the hash power, in this case, this is an example. We're going to see now a screenshot of the calculator today. As of the date of this video, the value of Bitcoin has been going down in the last few days. Right now, it's $6,880.09 per Bitcoin. So the hash power that I chose for this example is $1,000. So you bought $1,000 in the contract for mining Bitcoin. The hashing speed is, or power, is 2,857.15 gigahash per second, zero power consumption, zero cost per kilowatt hour. Okay, what does that mean? Basically, that you are going to make these, the ones in the green column, you're going to be making these amounts per day, per week, per month, and per year. So, for example, you've mined $1,000. You're going to make in the first year $515 in mining revenue, and that is going to be represented in coin. At today's value of Bitcoin, it's going to be 0.07573, roughly 7.5% per year. Sorry, per month in this case. This is the mine values that we have. This is, we're all learning about this. So this is basically the amounts that you're going to be mining in Bitcoin per year, per month, per week, and per day. All right. So these are percentages that are much better that in most countries that I know than what you could get from a real estate investment or from a certificate of deposit from any bank. Okay, so if you calculate this, you can compare that to your country's offering, and you'll see that this is an awesome deal. Now, with the Crypto Compare calculator, you can also know roughly at today's rate what is going to be your profit every month, and then you can, of course, decide what you want to do with your contracts in terms of growing them, which I'll explain in a bit, and increasing that hashing power to make it a higher rate. Okay, so everyone knows Mr. Albert Einstein. Compounding interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. I want to be on the side of the people who earn it. So I want to earn compounding interest. What does that mean? Well, I'll show you. You first choose your mining plan. These are the steps that you need to take. You select your mining plan, right? Once you have your fixed payment in hash power, then the company starts to mine for us, and we receive daily Bitcoin outputs. This, of course, depends on what kind of contract you have. If you just receive daily payouts or monthly payouts or weekly payouts, there is a minimum amount that the company has established, and for only one reason, because the company wants us to reduce our fees that are charged by the different wallets that when they receive their money or when you pay out money, you have some fees and you have some commissions, and the company wants to reduce that for us, so they establish a minimum payment that you can get. That depends on the contract you chose, of course. Now, so far, so good. This is what we understand as the business of mining Bitcoin. Now, here there is another option, and this is, again, optional. What is it? It is called network marketing. And network marketing, for those of you who don't know, is basically voice or word of mouth advertising. A lot of companies spend millions on advertising on television, on the internet, on YouTube, on so many, Facebook and Instagram and so many other ways. They spend millions of dollars in advertising, while network marketing companies rely on what we do every day. We like to recommend things. If I like a book, I'll talk about it. If I like a movie, a restaurant, a dentist, or my mechanic, I will talk about them. I'll tell my friends about it. I'll tell my family about it, and they're probably going to go. 85% of the people or the recommendations you make are followed by your closest ones. This is a statistically proven fact. So network marketing is where, instead of spending those millions on advertising, the companies spend those millions on the people who are using the word of mouth to recommend. And that's what we do here, right? So the most trusted form of marketing is word of mouth. You know, we love sharing the things we like. Again, this is optional, and I can't insist enough about this. A lot of people have sort of walked away from network marketing, many times because they don't know what it's about, and other times because of a bad rep. And there's bad rep in every profession in the world. There's good doctors, bad doctors, good engineers, bad engineers. There's good networkers and bad networkers. So basically, you want to study, do your homework before you make a decision. So before you take this option. Now, OMNIA offers a compensation plan in network marketing. In the case of South and Central America, Africa, Asia, South and North, and the Middle East, Russia, CIS area, and Oceania, this is what we call the red version of the compensation plan. For Canada, United States, Europe, and Japan, they have what they call the blue compensation plan, which has only one minor difference that I'll explain. So you can, with this explanation of the red plan, you can basically understand the whole thing. Now, there is a disclosure statement. The income stated should not be considered as guaranteed or projections of actual earnings. As with other independent businesses, success results from dedicated sales effort, hard work, and diligence, right? There's no such thing as easy money in the world. That's what I believe, at least. And we all have to work for it. But there are faster vehicles than others. And I believe that network marketing and digital business are a much faster vehicle than others. I've been a traditional business person. I've also been employed in the past. So I can tell you from experience that this is an awesome vehicle. Now, let's get into it. 6 ways to earn money with OMNIA. You got passive income from mining a profit pool. You got customer referrals. You got number 3, team building bonuses. You got number 4, leadership matching bonuses. You got number 5, the monthly team turnover extra bonus. And 6, the awards and retreats. Now, I'll talk to you about each one of them. How do we build this? Basically, you need to find a duplicatable system to work with, right? Something that duplicates is a faster vehicle than you working for yourself. We've all heard this. It's better to have 1% of 100 people's effort than to have 100% of one person's effort. We've all heard this, and this is a duplicatable business with a mobile app, with home meetings, with a group, a team that's ready to help you out. And this is how we can grow, okay? Again, how do we start? We have 2 steps towards success. So we choose our mining plan, right? We become an independent IBO, or an independent business owner, by signing the contract. We sign a contract, we choose a plan, and we're an IBO. And the first way to make money here is the fast start bonus. We start talking about this, we start recommending about this plan, about the company, about mining, and we can earn 10% commission of our direct referrals. So my friend Jerry decides to buy a $25,000 contract, I will make 10% of that, $2,500 in my pocket, because my friend decided to go with the plan. Or another friend, Jack, decides to go with an $8,500 contract, so I make $850 from that. That's cool, isn't it? Great, 10%. Now, step number 2, you can start growing your network. And here is where the red plan differs from the blue plan. First, I'll explain the red plan for South America, for Africa, and Asia, and all these other countries I mentioned. You become a Jade executive. What does that mean? This is you, right? You started off with a $100 contract. And by the way, contracts have a cost of $49 each. So if you want to mine $100, you pay $149. If you want to mine $500, you pay $549, and so on. So I started mining $100, and I started this is a binary plan. The network marketing plan we have at OMNIA is a binary plan. So you have 2 arms or 2 legs. So on my left leg, I also sell a contract of 100 points, or $100. 1 point equals $1 in this company. So a $100 mining contract gives you 100 points. And I start with another $100 contract on my right leg. Now, keep this in mind, sorry. You can invite yourself. So I can invite myself to buy this $100 contract and this $100 contract, and I myself became a Jade by inviting myself. Or you can invite someone else. You decide. It's up to you. But basically, from having 2 $100 contracts under you with an active $100 contract, you are already a Jade executive, and you will start earning a 10% team commission from the weaker leg. Basically, this leg is going to grow at one rate. This leg is going to grow at another rate, and the system calculates which is the smaller leg or the weaker leg, and will pay you 10% off of that one. So if this leg is mining $5,000 and this leg is mining $6,000, that week you're going to make 10% of the $5,000, which is the weaker leg. All right. The difference with the blue plan is that you will be in Europe, USA, Canada, or Japan. And instead of the $100 contract, you will be asked to have a $500 contract. And you'll have to have a $500 contract on your left leg and $500 contract on your right leg. That's the only difference for these countries. Now, this Jade executive has a cap of $28,000 per week. Hey, that's a lot of money in my book. So if you can make that amount of money as a Jade executive, I tell you, you've got it made. And this is only the beginning. Now, more bonuses. The leadership matching bonus. So you have to be qualified in order to participate for this bonus. And the number of levels and percentages on which you can earn the bonus is determined by your rank, okay? So you have yourself, and then you have your level 1, which is your children or the people you invited. Then you have your level 2, which is your grandchildren or the people they invited, and level 3, 4, 5, and 6, so on. So these are the people that invited these people that invited these people that invited these people. And you will make this percentage on those levels. So the higher your rank and the higher and the larger your team, the more percentage you're going to make, because I tell you, by level 6, you are going to have a ton of people there working the business, making money, and you will make a 0.5% on that level. That is awesome. Right or right? So every time one of your personal team IBOs earns a cycle, you will also earn a matching bonus. This is really awesome. Now, there's also more bonuses to talk about here. This is the turnover bonus, where basically you're reaching a certain volume and you're going to get paid a certain percentage. If your team makes $25,000 in volume, you're going to be paid 5% of that, which is $1,250. When your team reaches $100,000 in volume, then you're going to make 4%, which is a $4,000 bonus just from the growth of your team, okay? Now, let's talk about the leadership ranks here. Leadership ranks are how the company is structured. So we started off as Jade Executive, then we go to Pearl, Sapphire, et cetera, going on to Crown, Diamond. I'm going to explain what that means now. So we have the leadership and the retreats. So this is the awesome part of network marketing. You have a team that is working with you, not for you, but you're all growing together. And there's nothing better in life than helping other people grow. And there's no better compensation in life than that. So a Jade Executive, basically, we already explained that part. We have 2 direct referrals, minimum 1 on each side. And with the red plan, they have to have 100 points on the left, 100 points on the right. With the blue plan, 500 points on the left, 500 points on the right, okay? So you get the Jade Executive pin. Now, next level is a Pearl Executive. So a Pearl Executive has 2 Jades, 1 on each side. And a Pearl has to have 5,000 points on one side, on the stronger leg, 2,500 on the weaker leg. Now, remember that we already have a team working with us. So that team is going to reach those volumes easier as we go along. You know, the bigger we grow, the faster we're going to reach these levels. Then we have the Sapphire Executive, and things start to get even cooler over here. We have 2 Pearl Executives as a Sapphire. So we have 1 on each side. On the stronger side, we have 30,000 points, and on the weaker side, we have 15,000 points. And we get to pick up an iPad as a Sapphire Executive, apart from all the residual income that we're already making, because we've already made several of the bonuses I explained previously. The Ruby Executive, this is where things start to get even better. We pick up a MacBook Pro. And what do we have? We have 2 Sapphire Executives, 1 on each side, 60,000 points and 30,000 points. So the team starts to grow, the team starts to become committed, you become a leader of your team, you become a benchmark for your team, and your team will help you to reach these levels. And the only way you can reach these levels is because your team is also making money. Isn't that awesome? Right? It's just the happiness and the joy of seeing someone making money and that helping you to grow as well. That is what I find the best part about network marketing. Now, the Emerald Dream or Fantasy Travel. So Emerald level. An Emerald rank is 2 rubies in total, 1 on each leg. Again, you have the number of points required. And then you start to travel the world. So an Emerald gets a dream trip to Ibiza. Isn't that wonderful? That's really cool. And the diamond rank has 4 rubies, 2 on each side. And the diamond also travels to the Caribbean, gets the diamond pin, okay? Awesome trip. And then I see something, you know, I've been in a couple other companies in network marketing in the past, but I never saw something like this. A blue diamond rank has 5 diamonds, minimum 2 on each of its legs. And the blue diamond gets a Porsche 911. this is awesome. And I've already seen someone earn this. So, this company is growing so fast that people are already reaching these levels. Why? Because cryptocurrency is taking over the world. I truly believe this. The Black Diamond. The Black Diamond has 5 blue diamonds and gets to choose only a Ferrari 458. So this is an awesome prize. And the Crown Diamond, the Lamborghini. Now, this is an awesome prize that I haven't seen in definitely any network marketing company before, and people are reaching these levels already. Now, a very important aspect here. Why do we do all this? Why do people want to grow? It's unfair to see these numbers, but a high percentage of the world, right? The world population, 2.5 billion adults are underbanked or unbanked. Basically, they don't know what a bank account is. And whatever money they make, which is probably very little money, they keep it in their pockets, under the mattress, or in a box inside their house. And that's really sad. We need to decentralize, and that's the beauty of this project. That's what I see here. 2/3 of the unbanked population do not have enough money to use a bank. Banks won't even let them step a foot in the door because they don't have enough money to put into a bank account. I find that really sad. A Bitcoin wallet allows anyone to send and receive money, much like a bank account, only that quicker and without fees. Anyone in the world with internet access and a data connection can have a Bitcoin wallet, which is free. This is the beauty of a project like OMNIA. And I believe that we can change the economy of the world through a project like this. Some of the unique and strong points of this company, which I love: real lifetime mining contracts. Like, we can mine and earn from our mining efforts forever. A one-time payment, no monthly fees, and no auto ships. This is the stone in the foot of many companies that ask you for auto ship amounts that people just can't make. And people abandon these companies because of the auto ship. It's a legally registered company. You got to be careful with this. This is one of the must-haves for a company. You don't want to get into any Ponzi schemes or anything like that. You work with people, you have relationships and strong partnerships. I already have a team myself that is awesome. I'm very proud of them. My leaders are also awesome. I'm very proud of them. I'm very grateful. We have the best reward package for average and big leaders. We have the financial backing and management, the experience that we've already mentioned before in this presentation. We have an awesome education and coaching program and a development platform that everyone has access to. We are a company that is simple and accessible to everyone, and we do not have to recruit people to make money. A lot of people walk away from network marketing because they say they don't want to recruit people or they don't want to be chasing after anyone. Fine, great. You just become a miner and you're making money 24/7. Now, if you decide to take the optional route and do network marketing, great, you'll make even more money. So these are the options. This is why I love this company. And, the positioning is key. If you're watching this video, you will understand that now is the time. Why? Because you will invite someone who will invite someone else in turn, and this person will have the possibility to bring maybe 2,000 people. Who knows? They might be a superstar, a rock star, and they might be able to help recruit a lot of people and help them out to grow. But if you wait till later, then here's you, and this person, this rock star, may be above you in your organization, and then you won't see the same amount of profit. So remember, the time is when? It is now. Let's start. Select your plan. Make a one-time payment. Choose a contract. The company starts mining for you, and you start receiving or the yields or the production or the performance of the daily mining of the company's efforts. So this is just awesome. I want to thank you guys very much. Please, if you've received this video from someone else, talk to them, ask them any questions, make sure that you are aware of everything you need to know and understand. And after this, make a decision and go for it. This is what I want you to do. And anyway, you'll find out all this information. And thank you again for joining us. This was awesome talking to you. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Cheers.